to take you guys step by step on how I did this look. My dogs are in here with me and they're chewing on their bones, so if you hear that in the background, I am so sorry. I just don't understand yet that mommy's trying to be a famous influencer. It's not clocking to them yet. I'm gonna start my face off with this e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. L'Oreal True Match Correcting Concealer, like this green shade. I like to put this all over like the really red spots that you see. So I suffer with acne and rosacea, so I have a lot of redness in my skin. So I like to go like that because you can see that it like literally toned it all down. And I like to kind of push it in. I don't like to blend it because if you blend it too much, the redness pops through again. You put all of that there so that it's opaque. You don't want it to be see-through and you don't want that red to start popping through again. You just want to stamp it exactly where you laid it. MAC Studio Fix foundation. I'm going to take a big foundation brush and I'm going to start stamping it on my face. I've said this before, but you don't want to like blend it in with the green. You want to stamp it on the green. Otherwise, it's going to dilute your foundation and make it like a really light color. If you're stamping it and you still see green, it's okay. Just take another pump of foundation, stick your brush in it and go right over top of it. It will cover. If you get close up and you still see a couple things popping through, I like to take just a little bit more of my foundation to go in it with my finger. And I will literally stamp right on what I don't like. And I will just kind of like blend out the outside, not the middle, because then you're going to dilute your foundation again and it will just pop right back out. Usually this is where I would go in with my Glossier Pot Concealer because that is one of my all-time favorite concealers in the whole world, but I'm actually out of it because of Project Pan. I finally panned that thing. I finally like used all of the product, so now she's bye-bye and I need to buy a new one. To replace, I'll be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And now I will go in with a little concealer brush and I will just blend all of that out. And this is what the base looks like. Oh my god. Now I'm going to go in with a powder puff and my kimchi pressed powder, going over top of everything we just concealed. I'm just going to take my MAC Studio Fix foundation powder and I'm going to go and powder everything we didn't powder with the kimchi. Now we're looking really good with the base. A lot of the imperfections are hidden. Everything looks even. Pores exist. It's okay. I'm gonna go right over what's left on my powder puff with that MAC foundation, and we're gonna go right over that powdered kimchi stuff. So I don't like to use bronzer, but I like to use this blush that kind of is like in the middle of bronzer and blush, and it's MAC's Harmony. It is like this true neutral shade, and it just works so perfectly with my skin tone. I like to go in with that first, and then if I really, really, really want some more pink in there, I'll go in with this Fit Me blush. This shade 55. Today is one of those days where I want a little bit more color, so I'm going to go in with that Fit Me blush. Kind of random, but I came across this channel on YouTube called Deep Dives, and I think it's like Secret Society and Shelby Reviews, or I'm sorry, Shelby Search Bar. And so they talk about stuff that they find interesting, but a lot of the stuff is like Y2K drama. And I got into like down a whole rabbit hole with a couple different videos. The one was like the Paris and Lindsay Lohan friendship and all that drama. That was so crazy. Wonder what that Stravos guy is up to right now. The guy that caused like all that mayhem. What is he doing? And I watched the Justin, Brittany, and Christina love triangle. There was so much to that I had no idea about. Have you guys heard about that? What do you think? Tell me. For eyeshadow today, I am going in with my MAC Connect and Color eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with Clear History up here. I'm gonna flick it up a little bit. I like giving myself like a really hollow look, so I'm also gonna take some right here. Eyelids have been so dry this winter. Has anybody else been going through that? Now we're gonna do the same thing to this eye. This is the kind of brush I'm using, by the way, in case you were wondering. It's just like a really floofy brush. I feel like making myself look hollow with eyeshadow really adds to that goth look. Even if it's just subtle, people take a double take at you because you look uncanny and creepy. And now that it's built up to like the same opacity on each side, I'm going to throw it underneath with the same brush. I'm going to go in with this dark brown called High Tea. I'm taking like a flatter brush to it, packing it on there. So I'm just like making a little wing with this. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Now I'm just gonna work on getting rid of this patchiness and building up the opacity. Now I'm just gonna bring what's left on my brush underneath my eyes. That's what we've got so far. I think that this is pretty good. I'm also going to take the same dark shade and I'm going to put it in the corners of my eyes. I did this once and I really liked how it looked, so we're gonna do that again. And with like a smaller brush so that it's more precise. Just like this. Yep, just like that. I think it looks like super editorial and high fashion. I'm gonna go right back in with that first shade we did. I'm gonna go pop it right back in here and kind of just brighten it back up. I'm gonna go in with the C Beauty Mall palette, and yeah, I broke it the other day and this shade went flying. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go in with this pretty shade right here. I'm tapping, not rubbing, because we don't want to ruin all of the color placement. Also gonna put it under my eye because we're messy here. We like to play with makeup, you guys. Oh yeah, see that? We love it. Now we look like we've been crying. Perfect. Same shade and put it like where my eyebrow, like where the high point of my eyebrow would go. Right on my nose. Okay, now we're gonna go back in with High Tea by MAC, and we're actually gonna use this as an eyeliner, and we're gonna take the smallest little angle brush you have. You're gonna run it across the top, that line. You're gonna flick it out. Tight lining with MAC's Color Excess in Glider Dye, which is their black eye pencil. For the lip combo, it's kind of crazy. MAC's Caviar with their Acting Natural shade. I'm just gonna add some fake beauty marks and then clean off my piercings with a beauty wipe, and then I'll change my clothes, we'll take down the hair, and we'll have the final look. This is the final look. What do we think? I think we slayed. I think this looks freaking awesome. I mean, come on, look at the hair. And get the different light mode.